Succession planning and researching your academic legacy. Now, this was really prompted by listening to episode 2 of Aaron McIntosh's podcast, Hypothesis. So I'll attach the link to it so you can find it. But generally, what I want you to think about is when you're conducting your research, what are you leaving behind? Obviously, we leave research outputs. So that's the various different elements. It might be protocols, policies, plan, might be papers that we publish, the thesis itself. All of those are research outputs, but when you think about how they're used by the next generation or individuals who might decide to pick them up, are they going to use your methodology? Are they going to use some figures that you produced? And particularly how they might take your research in different directions. But we don't often think about the more legacy side of it as a whole. So, what are we leaving behind, which is not just the output? So when we think about the lessons that we deliver when we teach and who we're going to inspire in terms of those coming through, and particularly what we want to impart with them, whether those are techniques that we've learned from our own lecturers, our own supervisors, whereas rather than looking at it purely from an output side of it, yes, someone might explore an idea, it might be an idea that you haven't explored to such a degree and they basically make it their own. They might even make their own research area out of it. They can discover something from it. But when we think about the legacy side, this is more who you are as a person, as a researcher. So the techniques that you do, the way that you approach your work, how you approach it, what your particular plans might be, and equally the areas that you might explore and how you explore them, whether that's in STEM, the arts, or humanities, all of that is highly relevant for the legacy that you leave behind. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that is throughout the body of your work. It might be within that, or it might just be an element of it because you've taught a particular student, you supervised them, you helped coach them in some way, shape, or form, and you've imparted some form of lesson. And that's really when it also comes down to your values that you leave and the representation that you have as a person. Do they have something that they can assign to you, that they can link to you, that the lesson becomes more of a fuller picture because of who you are as an individual? This is what I really want you to think about in terms of your academic legacy. But it was also really interesting to hear about succession planning when you're thinking about your research that you are never potentially going to see the fruition of because you're planning it 10, 15 years down the line. Yes, you're going to explore other areas, but you may not be able to explore it all, and you're deliberately leaving that information, that plan behind for someone else to explore.